Good morning, everybody. We're going to wait 2 more minutes to give a couple more people a chance to join, and then we'll get going. All right, good morning. The April 3rd, 2026 Forest Grove School District Board of Directors meeting is called to order at 8:04 a.m. We'll start with a roll call of members present. Brisa Franco.
Here.
Kate Grandeski.
Here.
Christy Kotke. I am here. Pete Truax is excused this morning and absent, and Alma Lozano is on her way in. We will recognize her when she gets on the screen. I'm looking for approval of today's agenda.
So
Motion.
move. Okay, it's all right.
It's been moved and I think seconded by Kate. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right, and we're going to move on to our action item, FGEA and Forest Grove School District License MOU for Retirement Resignation Incentive with Sarah Hamlin, Director of Human Resources. Welcome, Sarah.
Thank you. Okay, so this, I assume this is where I say a short statement about it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, so the Forest Grove School District and the FGEA leadership have worked together on language to provide a retirement and resignation incentive for licensed staff. As you all know, we are looking at a tight budget situation going forward for the next school year. And our hope is that this resignation and retirement incentive will allow for some individuals to make a decision to voluntarily exit, which would then reduce the number of potential reductions in force that we have to move forward with. So the language that we have agreed upon is a $24,000 payment. Licensed staff would have the option between a $24,000 payment and health insurance contributions up to the cap for 1 year. And that's the 26-27 insurance cap. In order to qualify for the incentive, the licensed educators must meet the qualifications outlined in the MOU, which would be they have to have at least 10 consecutive years of service with the district, and they must be placed on a specific salary placement this year, which would be row M, columns 5 or 6. So those are the highest levels of the salary schedule.
Questions from the board?
I have a question. When you say program options, one of the program options, Sarah, what do you mean by that?
I think they can choose between either the $24,000 payment, one-time payment that would be paid on July 20th, 2026, or they can select the option of the health insurance premium contributions up to the cap for the 26-27 benefit plan year.
So it's either one or the other, right? Yeah, 'cause
Correct.
the way this is written, it's not clear because there's there's 12 things on this. So when it says license, retirement, resignation, incentive program options are one of the following. I think somewhere it should say a one-time lump or health insurance premium. I mean, that's the way I read it, but I don't know about others. And the other question I had is number 8, it says qualifying members must notify the district in writing by April 20th, which incentive method they choose. So for me, it wasn't clear. Okay, so you can look at that, but I would think that you'd say one or two, you'd say either one or two, because it looked like to me when I read it yesterday, it looked like it was all of the 8 or 12 or whatever. Does that make sense?
It does. I'm wondering if we should have had options 1 or 2, and then the numbers 3 through 12 should have been bullet points maybe, or the terms and conditions as opposed to continued the numbering.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think this is great. I think what you guys have put together is fantastic. I think it's good for the district, and I think it's a wonderful incentive for our retirees. So thank you very much for doing that.
And if I may, before the board deliberates and takes action, there will be an opportunity for those who qualify and are interested to talk to their association leadership and get clarification. We will put out materials that clarify how the process works and what the options are. So your feedback is well said, Director Grandeski, and something that we will certainly respond to in the materials that we put out after this has been ratified by the association and hopefully approved by the board.
And
add to
Suzanne,
that,
oh, I'm sorry. Is this going to be for our next board meeting in April 14th? Will this come before them?
This is an action today, Kate, that we'll take,
Okay.
which will then allow them to move forward and offer it to their members.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay. Sarah, you had something, and then I want to make sure Brisa has a chance to weigh in here.
I was just going to add to what Dr. West said. The association is holding sessions. They held one on Wednesday afternoon, and I believe they held one on Thursday afternoon, and it is out for a vote right now. We are receiving and answering questions that staff are having, so there is interest in this from the staff group as well.
And Director Franco.
Yeah, I think my only question, or I guess kind of curiosity, is regarding, oh dear, sorry. It states that individuals who are retiring and or resigning are not able to work within the school district within the following 2 school years. And I was wondering if that's in any capacity, or is that just in their capacity as a licensed member? Like, could they work in a different role, or is it just flat out cannot work in those 2 school years?
Yeah, they would not be able to return to employment for Forest Grove School District in those 2 years in any capacity.
Okay. And is that because they'd have to be paid the same level, or why is it that they're, like, if they wanted to take a different position, like that wouldn't require them to be at the same pay grade?
Because this retirement incentive is a way for us to create flexibility in our system. So as Director Hamlin said, we do not potentially face as many reductions in force, but it also is a cost savings. And so if we re-employ people, we are not realizing that cost savings.
That makes sense. Thank you. That was my only kind of curiosity.
All right, anything else to add from anyone? And if not, I'll look for a motion.
Motion to approve the attended proposed MOU between FGEA and FGSD for retirement resignation incentive for the 2025-2026 school year, pending FGEA ratification.
I'll second it.
All right, and any additional discussion? I would like to add, I think on behalf of the board, just the gratitude and recognition of the time and the flexibility that both the district team and FGEA have had to put in on top of all the other things that people are juggling right now to be able to make this something that everybody can agree with and hopefully help all of us. And so I really appreciate the time and work on this. And thank you, Sarah. And with that, I think we'll do a vote of all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, and I believe motion passes. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for showing up today. And I think there being no further business, this meeting is adjourned at 8:13 a.m. Thank you.